welcome to another episode. And I'm filming this a day after I filmed the other video. So, the accepting my twin flame video. If you see the smoke, I'm burning sage. I had to cleanse my cards. But I was at work yesterday. So I made the video before work, and then I went to work, obviously. And I had like a little bit of time to think. And one of the things I thought about was that, and just because I'm someone who's very introspective, I have to like get a different perspective sometimes on even things that I think about. Also, my hair looks weird because I just did it, and I was just like it has value, I promise. I just had it shift over to the side because I was just like, fucking with it. Plus, I'm trying to see how long it's getting pretty long. The fact that it can actually go down the side of my face, which is I'm actually really happy about. I've been working hard for it. Not the point. I look like a weird rock star, but not the point. Anyways, so God, I look like a. I won't say but like, you know what I mean? The one side thing. I have more hair than it looks. I just didn't feel like doing it. I had to rush to make the video. So yesterday I talked about accepting my twin flame for what it is and accepting some of the facts. Simple. One of the main ones though that I said I accepted is the fact that I may love him even though he doesn't, and that's not a bad thing really. It's just that as I was at work I was just thinking about it, and sometimes having that view for me can feel very stupid. Like, I feel stupid for carrying that regardless of how the other person's feeling. And for me, sometimes it feels like I've been trying to recreate that same feeling I had with him with other men, and it has not been working out, obviously. I mean, indicative to other factors in the said relationships or situationships that I end up in. Everyone had their part to play, but when it comes to me personally, which is the one thing that I can take responsibility for, because I can't take responsibility for the other person, I can take responsibility for me and admit that like I have been trying to recreate that same feeling using the wrong things. So when I was in a relationship with him, I tended to use more of my emotions, which because I'm an INFP, I'm an empath, I am very spiritually gifted, so emotions and intuition is something that I use in relationships. Now, I use less logic, which causes a lot of misunderstandings in relationships, because I'm usually attracted to, or I would say I attract other men that use more of a logical mind, therefore setting aside their emotions as something just complete bullshit to them. Like I've had boyfriends tell me how much they envy me on how much emotions I can give, and I'm like, you can do it too. But in that same sense, I also neglected to use my logical mind. So, but after that relationship with my twin flame, I hadn't thought about it, but I think I've been using my logical mind since, because because yesterday when I was kind of discussing it, this weird feeling kind of came to me, and it was, so as I've been looking for love, I've been looking for it in a way of, sorry, just checking my dog, I'm sorry. It's in ways of in terms of security, in terms of like, seeing if we click. For me, like the see you through a fourth season type of thing, you know what I mean? Like logically looking for love as something that I can control, which I think skewers the view of what it actually is. Now, that's not saying that I should just neglect the logical parts of love. And because those things are important: security, communication, um, love languages, and stuff like that. Like, I've been delving into the real science of love. Emotional crowding is something people don't talk about, which I want to make a video about because I looked it up. And so I heard the term emotional crowding in something in a video, and I just looked it up recently. And surprisingly, I can't find that same video. And I can't remember where the hell I heard it from. But I just remember it was like, I heard it once and I was like, God, that's a term. I was like, oh, there's a term for that too. And I'll make a video on it because I don't think a lot of people know what that is. And once y'all hear what it is, it's gonna be like, what the fuck? How many people? You're gonna be surprised how many times that actually happens. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Puppy, y'all. But I've been delving into the deep science of love and having a better understanding of what it is as an actual concept, which I didn't realize until yesterday. I was like, I love popsicles. Like, I can suck on popsicles all day. That's not what that means, but it also is what it means. But yeah, having a better understanding of it has helped me with it and made me feel stronger about how I'm able to love someone else and how I accept love from others as what it is. You know what I mean? Like, God, I've been so strategic with it. But what I noticed yesterday is that within all of that research, all of that like mechanicalism of love, I definitely closed my heart chakra off and definitely forgot what it feels to be in love or to kind of grasp the feeling. And what I mean by that is, like, okay, for example, my last relationship with my twin flame, because we tend to do this on and off thing, and the last time he came back, we like, and I said this in the last video, we sat in like the car and like played like word games and this really weird like competitiveness that like you like if had worked out in like a different timeline, could like the way we banter definitely could lead to sex like 24/7, because we were just bigger, like, and not like in the toxic way, but like in the cute light way that like two frenemies kind of thing. And frenemies aren't a thing, but like, you know what I mean? Like when you have like that one person, like everyone has that friend that like you can be a friend to, but like also like poke holes with the bitch. You know what I mean? Like that was us. And like I've always admired that between us, and I guess now cherish that between us, because that was a very like, one, kind of hot, okay? Really. But also very unique. Yeah, because I never interacted with like that with anybody else as far as romance. But I remember we talked to like 2:30 in the morning, and we were just sitting in the car, just chilling, and it was the first instance of being with a man in a romantic sense. And I wouldn't say romantic because I asked him how he felt, and he was like, "Oh, I just came back to be friends." Like, bullshit. I mean, Beth, I know what the fuck you want. The hell? I just wish you would have told me. But hey, it was my first time of like actually losing track of time. Like with him, you know what I'm saying? With in a romantic sense, spending time with somebody. Like I've spent romantic scenarios with many men, but like none of which I have ever like. If anything, I've definitely looked at my phone to make sure what time it was. Okay, but it was the one instance where I didn't care. I didn't care, and I looked down, and it was just 2:30, and I had to remind myself that I have to go home. Like, because when we noticed, like, we didn't necessarily want to say goodbye, but it definitely was like, we can't sit in the parking lot all day. It was just nice, and it was very sweet, and it definitely, I don't like saying shit like this because it's so odd to me, but it definitely like, it definitely warmed my heart. It definitely lit a part of me I had so eagerly forgot about. That experience in ways made me feel like a princess, like the thing I always wanted to be. You know what I mean? Like it was the dream come true, and I hated that it was so short-lived with someone who I know is a very important soul tie to me. And having an understanding that I lost that. Well, I wouldn't even say that I lost it because I didn't. But in a way, not having that understanding that like it ended was very hurtful to me on a very deep level because it is a twin flame experience, and I think I subconsciously shut myself off from anybody else out of fear of experiencing that again and having it ripped away from me again. Now, growing up, that was something that was on a consistent, like, it was a constant in my life. Like, it was something that I often feared growing up, was that happiness was going to be short-lived, because most of my happiness growing up was short-lived. Even there, like, I can split my childhood up into different years of wow. I feel like I keep moving my hair. I feel like I look like a little fucking Hitler. I'm sorry. Oh, the color came back though. I kind of washed it because I dyed again, but this time I do a two-tone color. Sorry. But I definitely feel like I closed myself off because I didn't want to feel that with anybody else, and then have it like legit be ripped away again, because that to me was hurtful, and it was something that I wasn't comfortable with going through again. And I think subconsciously, like, I just was like, nah, like, no sir. So because I mentioned this in the last video too, but I was actually talking, the reason why that was so short-lived was because when he came back, at the time I was talking to somebody else, and that at the time was growing pretty well, and I'm someone, as in, like, I'm very loyal, and I don't do stuff like that. So if I'm talking to somebody, then the other person has to go. I can't, first of all, people who cheat, gross, ew, number one. But like, y'all don't get tired? Like, that seems like a lot of work. Like, I just, that's not me. And so I was like, I don't be like, and he came off, and then when I told him that, like, he definitely came off, he was like, well, I just came back as a friend. And I'm like, but knowing what I know, number one, and then, but just having a romantic relationship between the two, it's not, I feel comfortable just being friends while talking to somebody else. It's so odd. But I also think, in a way, I felt like I threw away that chance to be my divine significant other, because I've still yearned, again, like, I've yearned for that connection since then. I mean, every time we're apart, I yearn for that connection. I tell myself I don't, but I do. But in turn, I just feel like yesterday was a video about me accepting that as something that I truly want. And I'm not saying that I don't want that. I'm just saying that, like, it gets very lonely being the only one who has this knowledge between the two of us. It gets very burdensome being the only person that has an awareness of what we can be and could be. And I can't reach him. I guess I could. He technically lives like 20 minutes away. I don't know. I haven't seen him in months. He could move. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Like, see what I'm saying? I'm so, like, I could go to his house and it could be another white bitch living there. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, another white bitch. I mean, like, he lived in a very white neighborhood before. Like, that's not saying, but like, it was kind of funny because like, he actually had like an old white lady neighbor who like would just stare across the street and just stare. And I'm like, why? He's like, I don't know. Because he had a roommate who was his best friend and she was black too. And I'm like, y'all, low key, like, if you were in the neighborhood, I'm sorry, it was a strip mall neighborhood, but like, if you ever went, like, they were the odd ones out. I was like, wow. It's like black success, but like also like, gee whiz. Cause the lady definitely gave me like Get Out vibes, I'll be honest. That's not the point though. I'm a little faded, I don't know why. I'm just going in this white lady I've never met. Her name is like Cheryl or something. It really was like a Karen type name. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, back to the main point. I feel like I've been trying to recreate that same feeling with all of the other men I've been with. Oh, and also back to the point. So when I was talking to the other guy when I was with him, when he came back, like also after I kind of sent him away, which I really kept a lot of guilt for and beat myself up over. Not too long after that, the other relationship went to shit, and just like, but it taught me something. Like, it taught me like I definitely like need someone to put in work. Like, I think a lot of people in relationships kind of just like let whatever happens, and it's like, how the fuck am I gonna accept? Like, dude lived 2 hours away and had like ample days off, and I was like, you could just come see me. I mean, I was like, I can drive to you, and he's like, no, like, bruh, that's stupid. Like, and then had the audacity to go on a vacation, and I was like, oh, cool. He's like, I need a break. He did need a break, and then he went to like somewhere else that was 2 hours away in the other direction, and I was like, and it was for New Year's too. I was like, and then cheated. And then like lied about it to my, like, not even to my face, cause like, oh, to my FaceTime. Like, I was like, this seems like too much stress and work to be with, like. But then like, I don't know, cause I would say that like, so when I said I had to cleanse the cards, I tend to shuffle when I get like into really anxious topics or very personal topics. I don't know. And sometimes I gotta clear energies from like, so I make sure they're just clear. But makes we shouldn't be. Till heaven comes, don't you fall asleep? Do or die, and we'll try anything. Oh. I like that song so much. It's Heaven Come, I think Josh Golden, if I'm not mistaken. Till heaven comes, I know what you like. Empty fantasy, they're a feature about the type. Okay, so yeah, I was just like super annoyed at that. I was like, what the fuck? And then I remember when the Ten of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Cups in reverse. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to do a tarot reading, but I just gonna do some readings on myself when I can. I have another channel. I should make shit. Not what you're here for. I get getting off topic. Oh my god. I may edit this stuff out though. We'll see. After that kind of went down, it definitely left me with this feeling of like, I wish, like, because I think that was when I started comparing everybody else to him. And no one is going to match up to my twin flame in the sense of the feelings they give me. And then it felt like I was losing it in love, but it was just annoying, and at that point getting annoying and very like tiresome to be like left with this. And I guess the different perspective I kind of got on it was I was just thinking about it yesterday, and I was like, what if I'm subconsciously again trying to hold off for this relationship that may never be, because I have to at some point accept that this is not, if this is not the lifetime we're supposed to be together, then it is what it is. I can't fight it or face it and force it to be something it's not. Like, if he comes, like, I mean, it's a divine counterpart thing. So the universe is going to guide it to where it needs to be. And if we're supposed to be together, we will be together. And divine timing will be sure of that. And that usually means that in the cruelest way, right? If that scenario was to happen, in the like honest but cruelest way, the universe will give me different lessons in relationships to prepare for that one, but while also tending to ruin other relationships so I can be with that one. But then I wouldn't know if that was the universe or me, bitch. I think that's where the confusing part comes in, because I don't know if it's the universe or me. Am I like, because I sometimes feel like I am definitely like, I think I'm definitely holding out for something that may never be there. But it's just about time where I start giving myself some slack and starting to let myself be free, because I want to be free from this. I want to like not be attached to something or someone that could otherwise give a shit about me. Because I also have to be realistic and understand that he was also the type of person that wouldn't care otherwise, even if, I mean, I don't know what he's transformed into now, if he's even still the same person as far as growth goes. But sometimes I can't, and the worst part is I'm being psychically connected to this person. I can feel his energy, but yet I can't necessarily read his energy unless I'm with him. So, and I think that's part of being the same soul, like, is that I can feel him at such an intense level. And I mentioned in my last video, like I can, like, when he's around, like his emotions are like, again, screaming at me. You know what I mean? But when separated, all I can do is feel him. And even at times where I don't want to. I mean, I never really like been laying there going, oh, I want to feel the fuck he feels like. I kind of just, I'll dead ass be driving and like he'll pop into my head and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I may do these cards up, bro. It just feels like I'm alone in this, and like I want to move on. Like, okay, so I'm pretty sure there are like 3 dudes at my job. that have a thing for me. And I only say that because every time I fucking get around, like, I do my own fucking thing at work. I work in a warehouse, and I don't necessarily talk to a lot of people. I think I talk like to one person. And even then, it's like for 5 minutes of the day, okay? But there's like 3 dudes that seem to always stare at me. And all fairly attractive, all fairly nice. But I don't know, like, what they all feel like I'm still comparing them to like my twin flame. It's so fucking odd. Like, and I think like I'm not opening myself up and letting myself receive things from others because there's an energy blocking me from doing that. But the energy blocking me from doing that is kind of feels like me. It kind of feels like I'm holding on to this because I want it to happen so fucking bad, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Or I don't know, like, who cares what I think? If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. And I just want to let it go. I want to let it go and live my life regardless. I still want to. Because let's say we don't get together for the next 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Let's say if this was a divine thing. I mean, it is a divine thing. And we are meant to be together in this lifetime, then who knows if that's not to like 7-10 years from now where we're truly mature and truly, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait around for that. I have soulmates. I have other people who need me. I have other things to do. And this is not saying that I would be forever fawning over him, but people who have a twin flame experience and have a twin flame in this lifetime with them and have experienced that can easily, like, literally the ones that get it, the ones that don't. You cannot fathom the type of intensity and type of, like, and I know you're like, I've been at attention, not this one. It's not the same. It's literally knowing that this other person is the half of you, and that's all fine and dandy, but I'm not gonna be that bitch that waits around, like, but I also don't want to be the person that goes forward telling myself like, I'm better and I don't need him, but then secretly fucking do, therefore secretly looking for flaws in relationships to sabotage them so that and then justifying them with, oh, I have a twin flame, so we're supposed to be together. You know what I mean? Like, God, that's something I do already. Like, it's like the idea of you telling like yourself like you're going to have a bad time, and then you invite, like, okay, it's like going to a party with your worst group of friends, the ones you don't like, and then being like, you're gonna have a bad time at this party, but then bringing your friends because so that you know they're gonna give you a bad experience. You know what I'm saying? To justify your bad experience already. So it's like doing things to justify a negative response. Self-sabotage, if you will. And I don't want to do that because I feel like there are instances where I can feel people being interested in me, but I tend to like push, like I can feel myself energetically pushing them away because I attract different things, but I feel like I am solely like self-sabotaging even before it even comes the fuck up. You know what I mean? So right here is when I started singing. We're just gonna skip by that because nope. Although I was really into it. It was a pretty good song though. It was Naked Soul by I cannot remember. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired, but see, tired of this shit is what it is. I don't want to leave the connection behind and then regret it later, but I don't want to move on and then ruin every good thing that comes to me and then regret it later. this is where the confusion comes in, and I wished that there was someone to, like, I really wish sometimes he would just come in and save me from this hardship, so I don't have to fucking think too much. But one of my biggest lessons in this lifetime, my core value is freedom, and I want to be free. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. I want to be free from, like, the consistent thought. Is that the same card as it? It is. Nine of Pentacles. Damn. So I have 2 decks in this because the one flipped the fuck out. Like, the same card I put from another deck. You know something that I noticed about this 5 of Pentacles? This woman is walking, and the guy is on crutches following her. She looks withered and tired, and he looks broken, and that is exactly what the fuck is going on, bro. Tarot card's actually pretty dope. The Fool in reverse. Oh, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. No, Page of Pentacles in reverse. He was the Page of Pentacles. Always knew. He knew what. I just am so tired of sitting around waiting. I don't know what to fucking do. 7 of Cups, having options, not knowing what to fucking do. Ignore the snort. Ignore the snort. Ignore the snort. I did not mean to laugh that hard. It was like not even that funny either. Lovers came out on both decks. Nice. I apologize. So around this time is when I started pulling cards to get some basis of a storyline, and yet it came out so confusing and it was so annoying. So I got very annoyed and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I ended up just pulling card after card after card. So yeah, my bad. Just go with it. Okay, so while editing the video, I kind of realized I pulled a lot longer than I had thought. So, yeah, damn, my bad. We'll work on that next time. I mean, the shit's to tell the story. I think I just give it to God. I'm tired. I'm tired. This is the reason why I make this series, though, because I think it's necessary for everybody to, like, this is what happens when you're healing from shit, and you're a healer, but like you're a person who goes through shit. Because love isn't easy, and I think a lot of people jump in relationships thinking that shit is cool, and it's not. Sometimes it takes work like this. Actually, all the time it takes work like this. It takes work to be open with yourself. Like, you got to be a naked soul with yourself. Sometimes. Oh, dude. It really isn't sunshine and rainbows, but it can be, but it just takes hard work to get there. I'm just getting so flustered at the moment, so I think this is how I'm gonna lead this one. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we will kind of get back into it episode 4, because I got some shit I really gotta think about.